I am tired of the endless reports, the countless debates, the fruitless words and the lack of action. The government has a house building target of 300,000 new homes per year, but it cannot simply keep willing the end of more homes without finding the means to provide them. And so here are some of those means. Number one.
Thank you very much for letting me in. Just to let you know that North Lanarkshire Council, the biggest estate homeowners in Scotland, £160 million being invested in 1,000 houses, and top of 800,000. North Lanarkshire is leading the way in Scotland. This can be done but more by the Scottish Government and the UK Government.
And I thank my honourable friend for that intervention. It's time to burst the myth of that the green belt is green and start using the non-green sites for the homes that our children so desperately need in London alone. There are garage sites, waste plants and deserted scrublands, all posing as greenbelt land, which would rather have as homes that our young people can afford to buy. Or are we happy that scrappy plots of land, non-greenbelt land, to remain wrongly designated as greenbelt just because of the potential furore that de-designation may cause? Number two, I believe that the government should introduce planning policy guidance so that all new building on public sector sites should be considered in the first instance for social housing. Three, isn't it time to end the taboo and encourage more building of modular homes? They're cheap, efficient, quick to build and can last up to 120 years. Four, why isn't the government introducing more punitive action for the 200,000 homes currently lying empty across our country? Number five, how about increasing the surcharge for the 10% of people who own a second property before so many even own their first? Six, the government should be introducing punitive or preventative action for land bankers. After all, if the government started unlocking its own land bank, the private sector might rush to follow. Seven, what about reducing the proportion needed to get a step into buying a shared ownership property from 25% down to 5%? Eight, could the government not incentivise more building of specialist accommodation for the elderly, thereby releasing homes of the current housing stock? Nine, it's time to prioritise locally, especially in the capitals. Londoners should have first option on local properties before they're sold off internationally and likely to remain empty. And finally, number 10, how about directing pension funds into the residential investment like Legal & General, who have bought 167 homes in Croydon and have leased them for over 40 years back to the local council, as my honourable friend will know, for homeless families. Just some suggestions, but in the name of all the families we see every week at our advice surgeries, let's get